Mingalaba, welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. We've got the latest news and reports. For those who are following on Luton News, a report on the review on bill amendment. Government and communities well prepared for response measures against the global pandemic. Product labelling requirement legally comes into effect starting Monday. And the last report on top Thai brands 2020, Yangon. All of that on this edition of Myanmar Today, but for now, let's take a look at what's happening in local news. During the interactive dialogue with Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Myanmar, Yang Hee Lee held on 10th of March at the ongoing 43rd session of the Human Rights Council in Geneva, Permanent Representative of Myanmar, Ujomoton, made a rebuttal statement as a concerned country. In his statement, he stressed that sustainable peace and sustainable development are the two sides of the same coin that is an inevitable part of the path towards democracy and apprised the Council of the government's utmost efforts since taking office in 2016 in striving to realize all-round sustainable peace and development in the country despite various constraints. He stated that Myanmar is the home of multi-ethnicity and multi-religion. Hence, concluding with one's own narrative without understanding the unique history and cultural background of all different communities will further create misunderstanding among different communities in the country. Regarding the national reconciliation and peace process, he informed the Council of the positive result achieved at the 8th Joint Implementation Coordination Meeting on Nationwide Ceasefire Agreement held in January this year and of the 4th session of the Union Peace Conference, 21st Century Panglong, scheduled to be held in the first 4 months of this year. In the endeavor to achieve sustainable development, he highlighted a number of measures taken by the government in balancing business development and protection of human rights for responsible investment, including business and human rights initiatives conducted in cooperation with UNDP and promotion of responsible business conduct, cooperating with OECD and the Myanmar Center for Responsible Business. The permanent representative of Myanmar also updated the Council on the status of several legal reforms taken place in the country, among others, including submission bill on prevention and protection of violence against women to the parliament. Foreign visitors from the 7 countries with a significant number of COVID-19 cases will be required to go into quarantine for 14 days when they arrive in Myanmar, with the measures beginning on Saturday. Union Minister for Health and Sports, Dr. Myanmar Today, presided over the coordination meeting on the preventive measures against the acute respiratory disease held at the ministry's office in Yangon on Sunday. He said that MOHS is making crucial decisions on the prevention of the virus and death, including the orders to ban entertainment and festivals, and advised the public to follow the government's measures against this disease. As the risk of transmission is high in closed rooms, the MOHS will discuss with the YBS operators about their air-conditioned buses in Yangon City. The ministry has also planned to use the public health training school in Legu Township and the stadium of Thamevu Sports Ground as the quarantine centers. He also suggested using hand speakers for public awareness campaigns against the virus at the highway, bus terminals of Yangon and other regions. The ministry has instructed to install wash basins at hospitals across the country. Union Minister for Construction U Han-zo inspected the Gov't River crossing Than Lien Bridge No. 3 linking Yangon, Than Lien and the Thilawa Special Economic Zone. The new bridge is being built next to the existing Than Lien Bridge connecting Taketa and Than Lien townships. In building the bridge, Japanese engineers are in charge of construction, while Myanmar engineers are taking supervisory roles and involved in the exchange of construction technology. Being a 4-lane bridge, the bridge is expected to improve the logistics network from the Thilawa SEZ to Gov't, Molamyai and Mandalay. The infrastructure will also promote foreign direct investment for the Thilawa SEZ and the overall economic development of Myanmar. The new Gov't River Bridge is being built under the loan scheme of Japanese Official Development Assistance. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. The 4th day of ballot casting for the amendment of 55 proposed bills was held on Friday, where the representatives voted to amend 14 different bills. These 14 different bills are also mostly related to Section 426A of the Constitution, under which many sections of the Constitution lies for further amendment. Williamson will tell us more.
ပြည်ထောင်စုသမ္မတမြန်မာနိုင်ငံတော်ဖွဲ့စည်းပုံအခြေခံဥပဒေကို From 10th of March, Bidangsulhado started to vote on amending the constitution. There are a total of 55 proposed bills which involve addition, removal, and amendment to the bills. The bills to be voted for were divided into 4 divisions, which Hlado representatives vote 4 separate days. On the first day of the ballot casting, the representatives voted for 14 different bills. The first day of voting included the bill of reducing the number of Tamil representatives to 5% in each term, but the bill did not receive enough votes from the representatives, which accounts for more than 75% of the votes at Bidangsulhado. Another interested bills by the public which the representative cast their votes on the first day was Section 20C, which states the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Services is the Supreme Commander of all armed forces. However, the bill also did not receive enough votes, and it was declared by the Speaker of Bidangsulhado that the bill remains intact. The only bills which received more than 75% of the votes on the first day was Section 14A and B, where the usage of words in Myanmar language was changed for the word disabled persons. On the second day of votings, Hlado representatives voted for 15 different bills, and one of the most interested bill was Section 59F, along with other bills which also include the age limitation for the President and National Defense and Security Council as well. However, none of the proposed bills received enough votes for further amendment, meaning that the second day of bill amendment also was unsuccessful. And then the third day of casting votes came on 12th of March, where the representatives voted for 14 different bills, which mostly consisted of Section 436A of Chapter 12 of the Constitution. According to this section of the Constitution, if it is necessary to amend the provisions in the Chapter 12 of the Constitution, it shall be amended with the prior approval of more than 75% of all the representatives of Bidangsulhado, after which in a nationwide referendum only with the votes of more than a half of those who are eligible to vote. This particular part of the Constitution is also accountable for amending of other parts of the Constitution. However, the third day of ballot casting was also not a successful bill amendment, as none of the 14 bills received enough number of votes again. On the last day, the representatives cast their votes for a total of 12 different bills, which are also similar to the third day, where the votes were cast for amendment of the bills related to that of Section 436A, as this part of Constitution is the key to amending other part of the bills in the Constitution. The proposed bills included Section 422, 425, 426, 427, subsection 427A, 428, 429, 431, 432, 436A and B. Again, the last day of the ballot casting was also not a successful day, as all the bills did not receive enough number of votes for further amendment to the bills. On the last day, 20 Hlado representatives were not present at the meeting. Overall, bill amendment ended with just 2 bills amended, which is Section 14A and B, regarding the usage of the word for disabled person and assisting the livelihood of ex-defense services personnel. Therefore, although there were a total of 55 different proposed bills for amendment, above mentioned bills only received the required number of votes for the amendment. This is Williamson for MI Radio.
That's a report on the review on bill amendment. All right, we'll carry on with the next report here on Myanmar Today. The Ministry of Health and Sports is preparing more space in Daegu, Dagong Myothit North, Dagong Myothit South, Dagong Saikan, as well as Taimpu as extended health investigation centers. Preparations are underway as quickly as possible. The response to the infections is conducted by taking lessons from the countries with an intense situation and by following effective methods from China, which is flattening coronavirus epidemic curve. Pyo Tiritu has the details.
The World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic on Wednesday as the new coronavirus, which was unknown to the World Health officials just 3 months ago. Declaring a pandemic is charged with major political and economic ramifications, adds global health experts. Gov't Tasumon, who is Deputy Director of Yangon Regional Public Health Department, told Myanmar Radio that the responses and preparation for a global pandemic done by the Public Health Department. Gov't Tasumon, Deputy Director, Yangon Regional Public Health Department, Infection Prevention Department, said.
ကျမတို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံနဲ့က negative ထွက်နေတာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအခုကမ္ဘာနိုင်ငံ114နိုင်ငံရှိတယ်
Even though the virus spread in 114 countries all over the world, 90% of the cases are mainly happening in 4 countries as China, Italy, Iran, and South Korea. The rest over 110 countries only stand as 10% of all cases. And 81 countries, including Myanmar, have not yet found the virus infection. Myanmar has only negative results for COVID-19, but it has not found confirmed cases. Though there is no confirmed case in Myanmar, we have done our response to infection with the hospital quarantine and home quarantine for people under investigation, community surveillance, investigating, and taking health declaration forms at the point of entry. We are doing all of these responses as if there will be a confirmed case in Myanmar. If there will be any positive result, we have to follow all the people from these surveillance records. Another preparation is the extended investigation cases for people under investigation in case of a confirmed case. Currently, Webagi Hospital and Sadogla Women and Children Hospital are expecting the quarantine and isolation cases for people under investigation. The Ministry of Health and Sports are also preparing more space in Daegu, Dagong Myothit North, Dagong Myothit South, Dagong Saikan, and Taimpu as health investigation centers. Preparations are underway as fast as possible, and we are responding to the infections. We take lessons from the countries with intense situation and follow the effective methods like from China, which is flattening coronavirus epidemic curve.
The government also declared that they are going to handle the social and economic consequences of coronavirus crisis as a pandemic after the emergency meeting on COVID-19 Prevention, Control and Treatment Committee. At the same time, as a non-profit association, Myanmar-China Friendship Association is supporting the bilateral collaboration on humanitarian assistance in the field of natural disasters, public health, as well as education. U Seng-wen, chairman of Myanmar-China Association, said.
Myanmar and China have a close relationship throughout history. To maintain and strengthen this relationship, if Myanmar suffers natural disasters or epidemics, China usually helps and supports Myanmar and also vice versa. As usual, Myanmar is helping and supporting China containing the virus outbreak of COVID-19. For example, Myanmar government donated 200 tons of rice to China in Naypyidaw, where the Chinese ambassador to Myanmar accepted them. As for Myanmar-China Friendship Association, we held a Breda recitation ceremony with 108 members of Sangha at Shwedagon Pagoda. We prayed and wished for all the people, of course, including people from China, to overcome this outbreak and recover as speedily as possible. At night, according to religious culture of Myanmar people, 9,000 oil lamps were also donated on the pagoda. Our brother association, Myanmar-China Friendship Association Mandalay, also held Breda recitation ceremony and light lamping ceremony at Kudo Pagoda. All scholarship students our association rendered assistance were taken back to Myanmar before the epidemic announcement of coronavirus. The scholarship students sent by the government were also taken back to Myanmar. To take back the remaining Myanmar students studying outside Hubei province, we are currently arranging together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China. We are trying to call them back as quickly as possible. Whenever a pandemic occurs, many people will suffer and even lead to death. But people support each other with humanitarian aid. WHO has already declared the coronavirus as global pandemic. I think WHO urges the people all over the world to be united to overcome this pandemic altogether.
Wu Seng-Wei added that Myanmar-China Friendship Association will continue its plan of action to support the friendship between Myanmar and China. I am Pyothi Ritu. This is news reporting from MI Radio.
That's a report on government and communities that are well prepared for response measures against the global pandemic. Let's have a look at the currency rates now from Myanmar's central bank and the stock exchange. $1 is at 1,409 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 201 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,579 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,775 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,000 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 328 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 44 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 19 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,545. Silver is at $14. And Brent crude oil is at $31. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI went up 500 and it's at 11,500. MTSH is at 3,800. MCB is at 8,200. FPB is at 22,000. TMH is at 2,850. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. Awareness-raising event for product labeling requirement was held at UMFCCI building in Yangon last Thursday. The labeling, which is Chapter 18 of Consumer Protection Law enacted in March last year, is to come into effect starting Monday. The labeling is to be mentioned in the Myanmar language for both local and imported items. Thoras Zin reports.
In the Consumer Protection Law enacted on 15 March of 2019, product labeling is mentioned as one of the chapters. Both locally produced and internationally imported products have to be labeled in Myanmar language, in line with the provisions of the law. According to the enacted law, the product labeling requirement is to come into effect in a year from the date of enactment. So the Chapter 18 of labeling will come into effect starting from March 16 of 2020.
This chapter of labeling is concerned with one of the rights of consumers, which is the right to be informed. The labeling requirement is applied to the goods, especially which are in packaging. This is for the beneficiaries of both the producers and consumers. The producers and distributors have 1 year to prepare for the labeling. During this 1 year of preparation, our Department of Consumer Affairs, in collaboration with the relevant organizations, has carried out different campaigns and awareness-raising programs.
The 8 consumers' rights guided by the UN are the right to safety, the right to satisfaction of basic needs, the right to be informed, the right to choose, the right to be heard, the right to remedies, the right to consumer education, and finally, the right to a healthy environment.
The consumers have to know about the products they buy, whether these match with their needs or whether they can safely use these products. For example, the persons with diabetes can avoid the food with sweetness by reading the declarations on the labeling. The product labeling gives direct advantages to the consumers.
7 key factors which are necessary to be labeled in Myanmar language are the name of the goods, size, number and net amount of the goods, storage condition, guidelines for usage, side effects, allergen warning, and declarations. It is also informed that most of the companies producing food, cosmetics, and other types of basic commodities are eager to follow the law and have them for labeling.
We have been urging to adopt a labeling system for about 3 or 4 years, and as a business person, I welcome this labeling requirement. If the enterprise produce legal products with health guarantee and in right procedures, they will be confident to apply labeling as mentioned in the law. It automatically protects the consumers as well as makes the illegal distribution become lesser in number.
The labeling requirement is applied to the local products as well as the imported items to be translated in Myanmar language.
Items exported from foreign countries are labeled in their languages, so Myanmar people cannot understand the details about the products. When our local products are exported, the other countries label the products in their language. So, we have to do the same. We have to label the import product in Myanmar language in order to protect our local consumers.
The producers and distributors who fail to label the product items will be fined maximum amount of 20 million kyats or be imprisoned for not exceeding 2 years. Department of Consumer Affairs is performing market surveillance, and during 2019, 1,449 product items were withdrawn and prohibited from the market. The department is also taking assessment on labeling with Myanmar language and has already granted the approval of labeling to 2,290 product items of 225 companies. This is Dora Susan reporting from MI Radio.
That's a report on product labeling requirement legally coming into effect starting Monday. Well, let's check out the last report before we move on to international news. Top Thai Brands 2020 Yangon, including the Thailand-Myanmar Business Matching and InDesign Industry Idea Lab, was organized by the Department of International Trade Promotion and was held starting from last Thursday to Sunday at Tamador Hall in Yangon. David Tanner has the details.
This year, Top Thai Brand 2020, organized by the Department of International Trade Promotion of Thailand and the Ministry of Commerce of Thailand in cooperation with the Royal Thai Embassy, and this year, the Thai business people will be coming to Myanmar for the exhibit more than 132 booths from more than 100 companies. With that said, we will hear out the detail about the event from Assistant Professor Dr. Gov't Gov't, PhD, who is the Minister Counselor of Office of Commerce Affairs, Royal Thai Embassy.
This event will comprise of the consumer goods products from Thailand and also the textiles, the garments products, and also the service industry such as the hospital and university also exhibit in these fairs. Mainly the fairs comprise of variety of products with the good quality and reasonable price. As Thailand and Myanmar are neighbor, Thai people looking for partnership with Myanmar and also looking for expand the market to Myanmar. And this event, Top Thai Brand 2020, will be a forum for the Thai business people to join hands with the Myanmar business people in partnership to expand the business, as well as the Myanmar consumer can enjoy the good product from Thailand as well.
The Top Thai Brand 2020 will showcase the soul of Thai brands and the variety of the products, starting from normal snacks to industrial products. The event will also be supported by many renowned singers and actors from Myanmar with their performances. There will also be in-event shows such as Thai fruit show, Thai massage show, and a Thai cooking show to not let the visitors be bored, even for a second. Assistant Professor Dr. Gov't will tell us more about it.
This is the fifth time that Top Thai Band events organized in Yangon, and we believe that this will continue to next year as well. In this event, we expect to have the partnership between Thai business people and Myanmar business people to connect and to expand business together. We expect that there will be about 100 million baht worth in the cooperation between Thailand and Myanmar sides from this event.
The business matching system offers each buyer and exhibitor the opportunity to select relevant parties to conduct business meetings. Ultimately, the goal of the business matching is to mitigate the hassle of arranging appointments. As the ITP also organized a business matching section and an area in the show, people from both countries could interact and have a quality meeting inside the event. Why is this additional business matching event is important will also be elaborated by Ms. Tikamporn Limchamrum, who is the Senior Trade Officer of DITP, Thailand.
Okay, this is an additional event that we add to the main top Thai brand program, which is the business matching for Thai entrepreneur who's doing business service in design service. And also we have the business matching for the project called Idea Lab, which is the project that initiate to develop the newly open business to incubate them from start till they can commercialize overseas. So you will see that the business matching area today, which we have altogether 8 companies from different sector in design service society, and they're mainly looking for the customer from Myanmar who need for the help in design service. For example, graphic design, media design, architecture design, or any other type that you need for the service business.
Why is this kind of business matching important will also be explained by Ms. Tikamporn.
So far, from our research, many companies in Myanmar are looking for the design service to improve their business or to promote their business. For example, the design of the furniture, design of the building, or the design of the media, which Thailand has a lot of expertise in this area, and seems like we can match the need of the customer in Myanmar as well.
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on the top Thai brands 2020 Yangon. Well, that's all we have for today's reports. Let's move on to international news here on Myanmar Today. In central China's Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak, new COVID-19 cases have dropped to a single digit, with just 4 reported Friday. The latest data shows that over 36,000 patients had recovered in Wuhan, accounting for over 70% of its total cases. The hardest hit city in central China's Hubei province is well on its way to recovery. As more patients are discharged from hospitals, all 14 temporary hospitals in the city have been closed this week. These hospitals, converted from public facilities, provided timely treatment for patients with mild symptoms. They have received over 12,000 patients.
Wuhan, February 7th. On receiving the test results, Han knows it's time to say goodbye to his father. They are both infected with the novel coronavirus. His father, who is in severe condition, is sent to the designated Tongji Hospital. Han goes to a temporary hospital, which has nearly 1,500 beds. Temporary hospitals, transformed from the city's venues, are the key to containing the spread of the virus. They house over 13,000 beds exclusively for patients with mild symptoms and provide timely treatment. Han, with mild symptoms, was well cared for in the temporary hospital. Medical staff even danced with the patients to help ease anxiety. The video later became a hit on social media. By February 18th, nearly 5,000 people in Wuhan had recovered. Wuhan's best hospitals were designated to treat patients like Han's father. By February 20th, there were 48 such hospitals, hardly enough to accommodate the 10,000 seriously ill patients. A total of 42,000 medical personnel came to Hubei to fight the epidemic. Traditional Chinese medicine helped many of them alleviate symptoms and shorten the duration of overall treatment. Han and his father are now in quarantine after recovery. Their reunion is in sight. However, some doctors couldn't make it to the spring. They are the true heroes fighting the coronavirus.
In other news, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders met on Sunday for the first one-on-one debate of the Democratic presidential primary campaign, now overshadowed by the spread of the novel coronavirus. Both men have cancelled rallies and two state contests have been postponed in the wake of the outbreak, which has killed at least 57 Americans and upended daily life across the country. Many states and cities have clamped down on large gatherings and closed schools, which are often used as polling places to help contain the epidemic. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Have a great day, everyone, and remember to wash your hands. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.